And we welcome you to 3 News at 6 a.m. A massive winter storm moves in overnight, bringing widespread snow and brutal cold to much of northeast Ohio.
Within the next 60 minutes, weather officials expect the majority of that snow to move in. This storm expected to be so intense and disruptive, Governor Mike DeWine has already declared a state of emergency. This is we've learned within the past few hours that both Erie and Lorain counties are now under level 1 snow emergencies as we're getting ready for this winter storm that will not only impact everyone in our area, but across the entire country.
Yeah, it's really serious. Thank you for joining us this morning on your Sunday. I'm Danita Harris.
And I'm Dave Chudowski. We've got team coverage for you this morning. Matt Wintz, Anthony Copeland are tracking your forecast while Candace Hare and Kristen Moran are out on the roads this morning. Let's send it over to Matt first. Hey, buddy, here we go.
Well, here we go, guys. Yeah, the snow started overnight. Everything kind of on track in terms of our forecast here, where we're not seeing real heavy snow yet. It's just been a general light to moderate, but steady snow overnight. We have had some heavier bursts, though. So we've got our weather impact alert that continues through today. We'll show you that here. We've got heavy snow expected, especially as we get into the midday and afternoon. Anthony will talk more about intensity and how much we're expecting, but it's going to be an all-day snow, and that's what's important here, is that it's going to continue to snow steadily as we go throughout our Sunday. 11 degrees right now. This stuff isn't melting. We've got snow over at Hopkins right now, east wind at 13. We're still dealing with 2,000 miles of winter storm warnings stretching from New Mexico all the way up towards Bangor, Maine. Overall, this storm is going to impact the entire eastern half of the country, and we're seeing that right now. Look at how much snow there is with this. In between, it's like a sandwich. You've got ice down towards Tennessee and Mississippi. We have a severe weather threat along the Gulf Coast, but for us, it's the snow. As you look at kind of the duration of this here, we're not done yet. It's just getting going, as we've got about 800 more miles of snow to deal with here. That's going to last all day. So your local radar, you notice how we are seeing intensity start to pick up a little bit. We've had a very light, fluffy snow overnight. It's starting to become a little bit heavier right now in the Cleveland area. We'll zoom on in. You see some of those darker blues showing some of that heavier snow starting to work into Cleveland right now, out towards Geauga County. Medina, you're in it as well. We've also got another little burst coming into Richland County near Shelby and Belleville right now. But by and large, the heaviest snow so far overnight, we've had a couple bands that have developed where it gets up to maybe an inch an hour down in Canton and down in the Janaden-Hutton area, down towards Dover, New Philly. We'll watch that band push north. It is freezing cold outside. We've got not a lot of wind with this, thank goodness, but wind chill values, yeah, they're chilly this morning as we're dealing with below average wind chills. All right, let's talk about the all-important where does this snow go and what about that snow intensity? Let's send it over to Anthony.
Yeah, that's right, Matt. We expect those heavier bands to be widespread, and when it comes to those snowfall rates, up to a half an inch to an inch, possibly 2 inches per hour. We expect that to be throughout the late morning, right into midday, right into the early evening hours. So if I had to put a timestamp on it, I'll say between 7 to 5 o'clock for our southernmost communities. The snow, again, is moving from the southwest to the northeast. So locations closer to Route 30, Mansfield, Dover. You guys over to Carrollton, New Philly, you guys are going to see the heavier snow bands sooner into the morning compared to later. Locations up to the north as you get closer to 76, I-80, I-90, closer to the lake shore. I believe we're going to be seeing those heavier bands a little bit later on into the morning. I'm thinking after 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock, and as we get closer to later on into the afternoon, we're still going to be watching out for those heavier snow bands to develop as we go throughout the day. So just a heavy, heavy snow impact for this one as we go throughout the next 24 hours. And as we time things out, here's your National Design by Hourly forecast showing the heavier snow bands again setting up to the south first, and all this is going to be moving to the northeast. And as we go throughout the afternoon, the heavy snow, moderate to heavy snow is going to be likely. When it comes to the roadways, we have more updates on that with Matt.
Anthony, it doesn't change all day. It's just blue all day
Yeah,
throughout the day today.
Sure.
It's all about the rates today. That's what we'll be talking about. All right, quick look at traffic here this morning. Obviously, not a lot of cars on the road. ODOT has been out overnight, so I'll show you the traffic map. We do have a slow go as you get down towards the Akron, the Canton area as well, and we'll have updates. If there's any accidents, we'll bring them to you. All right, you can see all the orange on there. That's not good for a Sunday morning, Dave and Danita.
Yeah, imagine if this was a weekday.
No, it'd be really, really bad.
My goodness. All right, so let's continue to talk about that as this winter weather may lead to some tricky conditions on the roads.
It definitely will. Candace Hare is monitoring the streets of downtown Cleveland. She joins us live. Candace, exactly where are you right now? You're in the car?
Good morning, Danita, Dave. So we are on the shoreway making our way into downtown Cleveland right now. And as you can see, certainly there is some snow on the roads itself. And in some ways it makes things difficult, but in some ways it actually helps a little bit compared to when if there maybe have been ice or things like that. You do have a little bit of traction on the road, but you certainly want to take things pretty slowly, especially when you're making your way through some turns or if you're going up or down any kinds of hills. The usual spots that you would expect it to be difficult, it certainly is at this point in time. And ODOT, you heard Matt mention that they've been out, and they certainly have. ODOT at last check saying that there have been more than 1,200 crews out across the state right now working to make sure that these roads are as clear as possible. And they say things difficult because of how cold it is outside. It makes it limiting how effective that salt can be, but they're out there and they're plowing, and they're saying that really is their priority right now. And not only now, all throughout the day and the weekend. As they say, this is going to be something that they'll be working on even well after the snow stops. But one thing we know from ODOT is that they say materials aren't going to be an issue when it comes to making things clear for this storm.
We have plenty of salt to be able to handle this storm and probably several future storms. We have about 140,000 under cover here in Northeast Ohio.
And with all those salt shortages we've been reporting on, certainly good news to hear that ODOT has enough salt. They'll be using that intermittently to treat some of these highways as they continue on throughout the course of the weekend. But we'll be keeping an eye on things here downtown. Danita, Dave, and we will keep you posted throughout the morning.
All right, Candace, thank you so much. Now, this extreme cold, it is already causing major problems this morning in Strongsville. Let's start there. Cleveland Water has issued a boil water advisory for customers near Pearl and Boston roads. This as crews are continuing to repair multiple water main breaks in that area right now. Now let's go to Brunswick. Water pressure is still low after line breaks at 130th and Colony Streets and Drake and Howe. Some residents have lost their service altogether. At this time, it's unclear if those issues have been resolved.
And this major storm system is also impacting travel from coast to coast. As of right now, more than 11,000 flights have been canceled within, into, or out of the country through tomorrow due to the weather. Of course, thousands more flights have also been delayed, all according to FlightWare. Here at home, Cleveland Hopkins is reporting a total of 133 cancellations today and tomorrow. If you plan to head to the airport today, make sure to check Hopkins' website for the latest impacts. But at this time, we do expect to see a rise in cancellations as the storm makes its way across the country.
So right now, we need you to take a moment right now. Just scan that QR code you see on your screen, as we will have extended weather coverage on our streaming app all day long. Our weather team will be streaming around the clock today, giving you all the information that you need to know. So again, all you have to do is scan that QR code, put your phone up to the screen right now to stay up to date, and we'll give you everything you need to know to stay safe today.
Yeah, what else are you doing? You're not playing in the
You're
snow
not
right now.
playing in
Get
the
that
snow.
phone up to that QR code.